Hello everyone, and welcome back to Lifegen with Flight Tuft. I'll really quickly do a recap before we get into things. The most important things that happened in the last episode. J-Star started respecting us a little bit more. We were worried at first that maybe she didn't really want to go along with her idea trying to teach apprentices about herbs, but things have been going better. The new batch of apprentices is much more willing to learn. Reed Arch, our main medicine cat, got sick with some white cough, so she can't work, which sucks, but thankfully we just gathered a bunch of herbs for that. S'mores Tuft is going to have to be all on his own for a few moons because Meadowbellow here lost his hearing permanently. And we still want him to be a medicine cat. He's ambitious, he doesn't want to give up and retire. So Flight Tuft, who has bonded with him, decided that they would work to try and figure out a new technique for healing cats or figuring out what's wrong with them, using touch alone, because Meadowbellow can't listen to what's wrong with them anymore. They can't tell him. I'm sure he'll find new ways to communicate, but it's going to be hard getting the whole clan on board. I'm assuming probably Flight Tuft, Redarch, and S'mores Tuft will be the ones who learn some way to communicate with him properly. Icefern almost started a war, but thankfully we had an omen that told us not to steal that rabbit, so everything's good. And other than that, we've got these brand new kits. Glow Kit, a little boy. Milk Kit, a little girl. Dawn Kit, another little girl. And Sprig Kit, another girl. So they have outsider roots, which means Copper Speckle must have had kits with a loner or rogue. How old is he again? 16 moons? Pretty young. Anyway, we're moving on to the next moon. I'm going to be rolling each moon to see whether or not Flight Tuft and Meadowbellow have perfected their technique yet. I think I'm going to do a 1 in 3, and if we get 3, then they have. Number 1, you receive a puzzling omen from StarClan. After careful interpretation, you decipher it as a warning about a dangerous fox near your territory, saving your clan from potential harm. Us medicine cats have really been watching after the clan these past few moons. Thank goodness. During a checkup, you fail to notice the early signs of an infection in a clanmate's wound. That's not good. Probably distracted thinking about what we're going to do with Meadowbellow later. Maybe we should... I don't know, because I don't want to put everything on S'mores Tuft. We'll see. Maybe we learn this moon. We'll figure it out before we go on patrols. No ceremonies, no births and deaths. Let's see. Low positive. Flight Tuft thinks Wisteria Fern's helpful. Wisteria Fern, she's just doing things like normal. I know she has a crush on J-Star, but she hasn't acted on that yet. Medium negative. Ice Fern's frustrated that Flight Tuft won't take their actions more seriously. Oh, Ice Fern. I don't think you should have been made a warrior when you were. Oh, she's a tortie, so she has like a stripe there with different colors. Oh. It's just very subtle. It said she was helping to escort the medicine cat to gather herbs. I'm assuming it was either me or S'mores Tuft, and she was being a problem for some reason. She always has. It's frustrating for sure. And she's the one that we had that omen about. She almost caused a war between clans. Medium negative. Batpaw finds the way Flight Tuft acts increasingly uncomfortable. Why is that? That's my freaking sister's apprentice. Oh, he's the one who's mellow and interested in herbs. Maybe he's noticed how we've been observing him, trying to make sure if he should be a warrior or not, and it's making him freak out a little bit. He doesn't like being watched so closely. In that case, I can't really see him wanting to be a medicine cat. He seems to be doing well in his training. He's interested in herbs, but not enough to dedicate his whole life to them. He's just basking in the sun right now. I will still keep an eye, even if you're uncomfortable. We need as many medicine cats as we can get. Medium positive. Thriftpaw helps Flight Tuft pick birds out of their fur. Thank you, Thriftpaw. One of Meadowbellow's kits. Aw, and you're funny. You don't seem like the type that would hang out with a medicine cat. She currently wants to get to know J-Star better, too. I think she just wants to get to know all the important cats in the clan. Not for any nefarious reason. She just loves everyone and wants to get to know her clan better, I think. Oh, okay, Reed Arch is better. Our brother got better. But then Copper Speckle and Whisperpaw got White Cuff. So we haven't completely stumped it out yet. Glow Kit snuck out of camp and brought back with them some juniper from when their fur got snagged in a bush. Glow Kit? Oh my goodness. Where's that juniper? There you go, you brat. You're only 1 moon old and you snuck out? He's quiet, I bet you that's how. He mused quietly to himself. You're a strange one. I'm gonna keep an eye on you. Although I'm quite busy. You know what? Let me roll this moon to see whether or not we figured this out. No. So that means we can't go on herb gathering patrols. We're too busy trying to help Meadowbellow. I want to get to know Copper Speckle better, huh? Well, he did just have babies, and he's sick. I should probably check on him. He's doing okay, though. He's telling apprentices some interesting stories that may or may not have happened because he's flamboyant. Well, let's talk to him. Copper Speckle stretches out blissfully in a sunbeam. In the middle of the clearing, while the rest of the clan has to avoid tripping over him. Not the most considerate cat, is he? Yeah, that's kind of how he's always been. He's not a bad person, he's just not a very helpful person sometimes. He does his duties, though. Flight Toughs had to get used to that a lot of warriors are always going to be a little bit resistant to him and his ways. But he's righteous, so he's determined to let them know that they're wrong. But that doesn't make it any easier. Even though Batpaw should be training, Mooseheart's going out with her father and J-Star. A border patrol, it looks like. They come across Fruit Clan. Oh, a Fruit Clan apprentice waiting quietly at the border. When the apprentice notices the patrol, they press themselves to the ground, begging to join Cinder Clan. Oh. Let me think. I should take into account everything that's going on right now. J-Star is the leader, so she would have seniority in the situation. She would decide what's happening. But I don't know if she truly thinks this would be a good thing for her clan. We've had to exile cats in the past. I might roll to decide her fate. 50 or under, she stays in her clan. 51 to 100, she joins us. 26, we are not going to let her in the clan, but I'm also going to roll to see whether or not it's just a simple no, or if we do the antagonize option. So, let's see. We're just going to say no politely. We don't want to start anything. Just last time, a couple moons ago, we were trying not to start a war with Fruit Clan. They were the ones that we saw that rabbit on the border, yeah. Tensions have always been high with them, I think, and we just don't want to risk anything. That's a smart decision, I think, J-Star. This seems like a Fruit Clan problem. They order the apprentice to go back home and continue the patrol. It was odd, though. We'll pay attention in the future. Maybe if any other apprentices come trotting up asking to join, we might have to figure out what's going on. S'mores Tuft is going out on his own, which is probably for the best. Last time he took a group, it didn't work out. And he's the only medicine cat. Oh, wait, no, Reed Arch is here now. That's good. We've got a couple people going around getting herbs. He's looking for burdock. And he gathered it. Good guy. Ice Fern is going out with Cloverpelt and Batpaw. Interesting. Mooseheart's mom actually went out with her apprentice instead. Oh, goodness. While helping gathering herbs, Batpaw stumbles upon a bush of red berries. Batpaw is interested in herbs, so I can 100% see the little guy trying to bring them back to camp. I think we have to proceed with this one. Proceed. Whatever. Identifying them is a medicine cat problem. Batpaw plucks the berries, surprised at the pleasant taste, and swallows a few. They collapse on the way back to camp, and there's nothing any cat can do for them, having not identified deathberries before eating them. Batpaw died. I think it was because of his resistance to being watched so closely by Flight Tuft. He was scouting out whether or not he would be a good medicine cat in the future, that he didn't want to get anywhere near herbs, really, even though he was out gathering them, and he didn't want to have to try and be bothered to identify them. Maybe even worried that Flight Tuft would suggest he become a medicine cat if he identified it properly. So he didn't, and the poor thing died. That's awful. Is it because of the fact that we've been pushing these herb lessons on the warrior apprentices? Was this our fault in some way? We're putting unnecessary pressure on them, perhaps, but J-Star seems to agree with it. This might just be an isolated incident, but it is a horrible incident. We're going to have to think about this carefully in the next moon, or at the end of this moon once we're done patrols, because that's a big deal. We'll see how we all feel about it. Have a clan meeting. Okay, Swiftpaw's going out with Stream Whisker, Bay Silk, Emerald Mask, and Wisteria Fern. They're training with Bay Silk, but Stream Whisker admits to having a vision from Star Clan. Well, we're going to see what they think, and whether or not we think it's legit. They talk about whether it was a real vision as they train, and I will go, yes or no, it was a real vision. Okay, let me roll. See what we got. Okay, I need to look at Stream Whisker really quick. Well, she's sharpening her claws, which in my opinion kind of feels like an act of aggression. From what I can tell, it might have been a bad omen. And to be honest with you, based on everything that's occurred, Thriftpaw is her apprentice. She was siblings with Batpaw. Whisperpaw just got sick. There's a bad luck streak going around with the apprentices. Streamwhisker and her sister have also been known to be troublesome, never really getting along with the medicine cats. I almost wonder. It also says she's a great kid sitter, so she takes good care of the apprentices that she works with. I think she's angry with the medicine cats. She blames us for all the goings on. We can't keep the apprentices from getting sick. I remember in the last episode there was an outbreak, and that's how it started this whole thing. It started in the apprentice den, and it's getting worse. Even though we're constantly taking their apprentices from them without their permission, they don't seem to be learning anything because Batpaw didn't know what a deathberry was and died. And I can see her going to J-Star demanding that we get punished in some way. But would J-Star comply with that request? Ooh, I've got to roll more things. This is getting weird. J-Star recognizes that mistakes have been made. However, not all of them can be blamed on the medicine cat. Batpaw did make the decision not to consult any other warrior before grabbing them as well. And he'd been shown to be resistant towards the medicine cats in their lessons. In fact, it's because of the medicine cats that this could have been prevented. And that's why everyone needs to listen to them more, in J-Star's opinion. So she would disagree heavily with punishing them. This was out of their control. If anything, it was on the mentors for not watching their apprentices. And honestly, I'm thinking that might cause a bit of a divide in the clan. Those that agree that medicine cats are needed to train apprentices, regardless of whether or not they are medicine cat apprentices. And those that think they should just stick to their herbs and mind their own business, not get involved in a warrior's affairs. And I'm not entirely sure where everyone lies yet. And what I do know is Icefern and Streamwhisker, they don't seem like cats we can trust. I don't know if I want them in medicine cat patrols anymore, but it's not my decision. At the very least, I won't be taking them on any. Okay, Dazzlepelt's going out with Skychase and Canopypaw. They wanted to hold a training session for Canopypaw and focused on tree climbing. Canopypaw listens carefully as the proper techniques of tree climbing are explained. Good. Poor Batpaw. We have so many apprentices in Star Clan, it's not fair. Volpaw from the Badger. Maplepaw was because of Fruit Spots not taking care of her. And Batpaw, who the blame seems to be divided between. Where am I? I'm in the medicine cat den talking to the others. Dazzlepelt is there with Frogpool. I'm not quite sure if Dazzlepelt would be on her daughter's side in this one because she started getting a little bit closer to the medicine cats, but whatever it is, we must be discussing the news. Streamwhisker's in the warrior's den, probably rallying everyone to listen to her. Our brother's there, our dad. I don't know who would listen in there, though. Okay, I did a quick look at every single cat in the clan, and I wrote down in their bios whether or not they agree with the medicine cats, are against them, or if they're neutral, refuse to take a side, or are too young. And so far, it's very, very close. There are 7 cats, not including the medicine cats, they will not be included in the thing, that are on the side of them, and 6 that are against them. So, just for now, J-Star and the others have appeased them, but who knows what's going to happen when the next batch of kits become apprentices. It could be the boiling point that tips things over the edge. We'll have to see. I'll show you really quickly who's with who and why they stand that way. We know J-Star is on the side of them. She agrees with this. It's good for the clan, she thinks. Baysilk believes in the medicine cats because they did all this for Volpaw. Not to mention Maplepaw. The medicine cats don't count, Badgertooth is with the Medicine Cats. He's always been friends with Flight Tuft. Berry Freckle has decided to remain neutral. Frogpool is definitely against the Medicine Cat. She never got along with us and she's vengeful. Skychase is also neutral. He doesn't know too much about either side. He's just an old warrior. He's too tired for this. Wisteria Fern is neutral but leans slightly more towards the Medicine Cats. She recognizes how helpful they are for the clan, but doesn't want to get into a fight with all her fellow warriors. She wants to be on good terms with everyone. Brackenfur is completely neutral. I think him and Cloverpelt are just focused on their new litter mostly. Dazzlepelt is neutral, but less on the side of the Medicine Cat. She doesn't like Flight Tuft much and believes in her daughter's words. Both her kids are against the Medicine Cats. Cloverpelt doesn't care about the whole argument as long as her kids are okay. Mooseheart is on the side of the Medicine Cats. Flight Tuft is her littermate and best friend, and if Batpaw had been taught properly, then he wouldn't have died. She feels partially to blame for not pushing him to learn more despite his discomfort. She was his mentor. Emerald Mask is also entirely neutral. Copper Speckle refuses to state his opinion on the matter because he needs to rest and get better. Stream Whisker is furious with the Medicine Cats for failing the apprentices and wasting their time. Icefern sides with her sister. The Medicine Cats meddle far too much with the warriors and only make things worse. It should be up to them to decide their fates. She's still angry about the rabbit prophecy. She doesn't like that she was accused of possibly causing a battle, being blamed for deaths and injuries and all that. Canopy Paw sides with his father and the other Medicine Cats. Meadowbellow is his father. Whisperpaw leans more on the warrior side. Why couldn't the Medicine Cat stop the White Cough outbreak or save her brother? They must be useless. Even though she's also Meadowbellow's child. She's grumpy, as you can see. Surfstar believes in J-Star and the Medicine Cats. She gets along with us, and she looks up to J-Star, who also agrees. She's fierce, but not in a violent way. She just wants to protect her clan and do its best. Oaktuff doesn't like the Medicine Cats. It's the Queen's job to guide the proper path of the youngest clan members. Scrubblotch refuses to take a side. It's far too scary. And everyone else is too young. So yeah, that's where things stand. I think what's really going to happen is we're going to find out how things go in a couple moons when these kids become apprentices. Whether or not the clan is going to be able to handle how we do things now. Yeah, oh god. Okay, next moon. We've got a lot to worry about. Moon 23. We're almost 2 years old, my goodness. Well, let's see what happened. A skirmish with a fox leaves several warriors injured. Despite the stress and pressure, you managed to treat all the wounds and ensure the warriors' survival. That's another point in my favor, showing how useful we are to the clan. But then I misinterpret a vital sign from StarClan, causing confusion and concern within the clan regarding an upcoming battle. Ugh. Okay, so I guess we're neutral now. The clan is still unsure of our place here. Births and deaths. Batpaw took his place in StarClan. He will be missed. Let's see. Flight Tuff spends some time with Copper Speckle, and they both end up understanding each other a little better. Getting to know him while he's in the medicine den. He still refuses to take a side, though. Reed Arch sees that Flight Tuff's piece of prey looks tastier, and they like to swap. We agree happily. Good, we get along with our mentor. Reed Arch validates another clanmate's worries. She's probably trying to be a mediator in all this for the Medicine Cats because she's highly respected. Not a single cat dislikes her from what I can tell, but plenty dislike Meadowbellow and Flight Tuft. Reed Arch, Brackenfur, and Flight Tuft had a nice talk for a neutral effect. Just getting along with our mentor and our dad. What's going on with him? Nothing much, just being a warrior. And then our dad politely nods as we pass by. Wisteria Fern complains about something we did. Oh. Wisteria Fern finds a trinket that one of the kids had lost. I think she's just trying to keep up appearances, to be honest with you, so the other warriors don't dogpile her. Our sister got a runny nose. Cougar Kit woke up with a mild headache, trying to ignore the pain, and all of our malign went bad. Baysilk was loitering around Comfrey Clan's border, looking for a specific cat. Well, we don't really have time to focus on what you're up to, Baysilk. There's a lot more going on in the clan. I don't know whether you're having a rendezvous or what, but he's wondering how Dazzlepelt's doing because her and her kits are the ones causing all this. don't think he really knows what to do. He's not very well equipped for situations like this, despite being the deputy. And that's it for that moon. Let me see. High positive with Reed Arch, so we'll talk to her. And Copper Speckle then. Oh, Copper Speckle is snuggled up with his newest litter, sleeping. When Sprig Kit stirs, he licks their head until they fall back asleep. What a beautiful family. Aww. Yeah, he's got a lot of other things going on right now. He can't be bothered. Reed Arch, how are you doing? Oh, Flight Tuft. I wasn't expecting to see you today. How are you feeling? Would you like to share this prey with me? I don't mind. You've worked really hard lately, and you deserve it. Aw, she knows we're working hard with Meadowbellow. Here, you can sit next to me. Now tell me, how was your day? She's being really supportive to everyone in the clan. She's gonna be our lifeline here. And it is now Leaf Bear. It's snowing. Whew. Really quickly, let's check out these kits. I actually haven't looked at the other ones. Melt Kit looks exactly like Copper Speckle. Oh, Dawn Kit's cute. Sprig Kit has his eyes. Interesting. We're feeling content, so things can't be going too bad right now. We're in some sort of neutral state, and I don't think we really realize how dire the situation is. I think we're a little bit oblivious. Feeling on top of the world because J-Star agrees with us, so we don't really care what the other warriors think. And I will roll to see whether or not we're done training with Meadowbellow. No, not yet. We still have possibly several moons to go before we perfect our technique. Oh, goodness. Well, we're working together closely. That's another thing. They could also be looking down on us because we're not doing much to actually help the clan right now, the two of us. S'mores, Tuft, and Reed Arch are doing everything, but we're huddled away in the den doing who knows what. And we've barely gone around and given anyone a single herb, despite all the sickness. So people are starting to doubt our usefulness. It's tough, but I also understand a little bit why they feel that way, but for some of them it's completely unjustified. It's like, just because you don't like us. Okay. I didn't think there was going to be so much drama. Jeez. I'm worried for when these kids become apprentices. It's going to happen any time now. And we haven't done any patrols yet, but our time is out. Oh, goodness. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think's going to happen, first of all? I mean, it's never predictable because I randomize everything, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's right to be against the medicine cats on this one. I think it's just some angry warriors that are ignorant and don't know what they're talking about, and trying to find someone to blame for all this, when the real blame should be on them for not fostering a positive learning environment for the apprentices. That's the real reason all this happened, I think, at least. I'm just glad at least our leader's on our side. We're very lucky. If she had a different personality, something bad could have happened to us all. But who knows? We've got a lot of angry cats in the clan. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.